Meghan Markle's return from the 2025 Invictus Games sparks controversy. It was supposed to be a triumphant return. Meghan Markle had just attended the 2025 Invictus Games, an event championing wounded veterans, and all eyes were on her. But instead of her presence at the Games making headlines, it was her dramatic arrival back in California that stole the spotlight, and not in a good way. Spotted stepping off a luxurious private jet, Meghan wasn't traveling light. 8 designer suitcases followed in tow, a bizarre display of excess for what had been just a 5-day trip. Rather than earning admiration for supporting the Games, her return became the bigger spectacle. And if there's one thing Meghan is good at, it's making an entrance. Whoopi Goldberg roasts Meghan on national television. Enter Whoopi Goldberg, who didn't waste a second mocking Meghan's over-the-top arrival on The View. "You're coming back from a 5-day trip, not moving across the country," Whoopi quipped, rolling her eyes. She called out the excessive luggage, pointing out that even A-list celebrities who fly private don't travel with that much baggage. But she didn't stop there. Whoopi questioned why Meghan always seems to have cameras waiting for her at these moments. "It's funny how she always gets caught at just the right angle," she added sarcastically. Like, girl, who is tipping them off? And that's the real question, isn't it? Social media goes into a frenzy. If Whoopi's takedown wasn't enough, social media had a field day with Meghan's orchestrated return. The hashtag Meghan and her props trended as users dragged her for seemingly staging her arrival. Critics pointed out how perfectly lit and polished she looked, almost as if the entire thing had been meticulously planned. Police car, so she values privacy but always has a camera at the perfect angle? Make it make sense. Police car light 8 designer suitcases? For 5 days? Does she think she's in a royal procession? Police Carlet, did she even go to the Invictus Games? Or was this just an elaborate PR stunt for her return? And then came the real bombshell. Why were paparazzi even at the scene? Was this all staged? Multiple insiders quickly chimed in, pointing out that paparazzi don't just hang around at secured private jet terminals, unless they're tipped off. According to Hollywood sources, the probability of a random photographer getting access to such a restricted area is next to zero. That means either someone in Meghan's team alerted them or, more damningly, this was a pre-planned stunt. And the timing? Suspicious, to say the least. Reports from the Invictus Games suggested Meghan's appearance at the event was underwhelming. She wasn't the center of attention like she may have expected. So, was this grand return a way to shift the narrative and put the spotlight back on herself? Hollywood is over Meghan's image obsession. Whoopi Goldberg's comments weren't just a one-off joke. They echoed a growing sentiment in Hollywood that Meghan's obsession with curating her image is backfiring. Many insiders now believe that she cares more about appearing powerful and glamorous than actually doing anything of substance. Even within Hollywood, where PR stunts are common, Meghan's constant attempts to stage manage her image are becoming an industry joke. One Hollywood executive put it bluntly. She wants to be an A-lister, but real A-listers don't try this hard. The royal comparison, Meghan versus firm. And then there's the royal contrast. The British royal family is known for its low-key approach when traveling. Even senior royals like King Charles, Prince William, and Princess Kate arrive at events without grand productions. Prince Harry himself flew back from the same games in a much more understated manner. Yet, Meghan, who constantly insists she's not about the spectacle, turned a simple return flight into a Hollywood production. If she truly wanted privacy, she could have stepped off that plane quietly. But instead, she chose drama, spectacle, and a PR moment. Final thoughts: when image backfires. Meghan Markle's return from the Invictus Games could have been a quiet, respectable moment. Instead, it became yet another controversy, one that exposed just how desperate she is to control her public image. Whoopi Goldberg's public roasting, social media backlash, and Hollywood's growing frustration all point to the same conclusion. The Meghan Markle brand is running on overdrive, but people are seeing through it. And the question remains, how much longer can she keep up the act?